No one expected that a single quiet presence, someone who barely spoke more than 10 sentences in the first 16 minutes of a show, could dominate the entire atmosphere without ever raising his voice. But that's exactly what Liu Yuning did. And if you think being quiet means being invisible, wait until you hear what those 10 sentences actually did. They didn't just fill time. They shifted emotions, rescued awkward moments, sparked laughter, guided the rhythm, and even educated the entire cast, all without anyone noticing until replaying the episode. That's why today's story on Celeb Buzz Insider begins with a simple but shocking question. How does a man who says so little manage to control the entire room? People say some celebrities shine because of their looks, some because of their talent, and some because of their personality. But Liu Yuning, he shines because of something far rarer, the ability to elevate every single person around him. And somehow, he does it effortlessly. At first glance, if you're watching him on a variety show for the first time, you might think he's trying to make himself small. He tends to sit near the edge, never fighting for the center spot, never interrupting anyone else's moment. He just quietly settles into the corner like someone who doesn't want to disturb the flow. But give it 5 minutes, and suddenly you realize the flow itself bends around him. It starts small. A castmate gets flustered. Someone accidentally says something embarrassing. The atmosphere dips, tension forms, and everyone subtly panics. Before the crew can even react, Liu Yuning casually drops one line, just a tiny, harmless remark. But that line is the perfect line. A line that eases the awkwardness, makes everyone laugh, and lets the moment pass as if nothing ever happened. And the amazing part, he delivers it like he's simply breathing. That's why within the entertainment community, people joke that Liu Yuning is the walking plug-in of variety shows, a hidden buff, an unseen upgrade that boosts everyone's performance without ever drawing attention to himself. But behind that effortless charm is something most viewers never notice: awareness. Constant, sharp, emotionally intelligent awareness. One cast member once described him like this: he's the kind of person who spots a problem 10 seconds before it becomes a problem. And that's not an exaggeration. During a recent recording, a co-star looked visibly nervous while explaining a game rule. Camera pressure, audience, studio noise, it all piled up on them. Before anyone could step in, Liu Yuning leaned slightly forward, nodded with encouragement, and added a gentle, supportive comment that helped them regain confidence instantly. The magic wasn't what he said, it was when he said it. Right on cue. Right when it mattered. And this is where viewers start to realize that Liu Yuning isn't just participating in variety shows. He's reading them, guiding them, sometimes even controlling their emotional temperature without ever making it obvious. It's almost director-like. That's the part people usually miss. Liu Yuning has what many call director's instinct. He doesn't just perform, he sees the whole picture. He senses pacing, tension, mood, and audience reaction. He recognizes when a rhythm needs to shift or when a moment needs to linger. He knows when to step up and when to step back. And this is a rare skill, one that even veteran entertainers struggle to master. But for him, it seems natural. Maybe that's why, no matter which program he joins, the production team ends up feeling like they've gained an extra assistant director. Someone who can stabilize the energy, fill the gaps, lift the low points, and create highlights without being told. It's no wonder staff members have joked that inviting Liu Yuning onto a show is like upgrading their whole production overnight. If you cast Liu Yuning, one of them said half-jokingly, you sleep better the night before filming. It's funny, though, none of this happens loudly. He doesn't try to dominate scenes. He doesn't fight for screen time. In fact, his habit of sitting at the edge has become a bit of a meme among fans. They tease him for always choosing the least noticeable seat. But that's the thing. He doesn't need a center seat to be a center presence. What's most fascinating is how adaptive he is. In a high-energy comedy show, he becomes the easygoing humor base, throwing casual jokes, teasing gently, keeping the vibe cheerful. In a serious discussion show, he becomes calm, thoughtful, grounding. In a competitive reality show, he switches to strategic mode, observing patterns, analyzing rules, supporting teammates. It's almost like he has multiple modes, and he toggles between them depending on what the show needs. He can lead the conversation if required, but he can also play the perfect supportive role when someone else deserves the spotlight. Not many entertainers have that kind of emotional flexibility. Some people shine only when they're in control. Others shine only when they're being guided. But Liu Yuning, he shines in both extremes and everything in between. And the audience feels it, even if they can't articulate it. There's a moment circulating online right now, a short clip from the popular 1-minute video creation season. It shows Liu Yuning reacting to a fellow participant struggling with their concept. Instead of pointing out flaws, he calmly helps them brainstorm, breaks down the idea into simple steps, and even reassures them when they doubt themselves. The whole clip is barely a minute long, but viewers are obsessed with it because it captures his essence so clearly, kind enough to build others up, sharp enough to offer real guidance, and humble enough not to make it about himself. This blend, empathy, intelligence, humility, is why fans say he's a whole production team in one human. And honestly, it's hard to disagree. But every story with emotional impact needs conflict, right? Here's where our turning point comes in. Because the truth is, not everyone recognized this side of him at first. In the early stages of his variety show journey, some viewers misunderstood his quietness. They thought he might be too reserved, too cautious, maybe even unsure of himself. But episode after episode, moment after moment, the real picture began to appear. His silence wasn't hesitation, it was calculation. His calm wasn't distance, it was stability. His low-key presence wasn't lack of personality, it was generosity, the kind that makes space for others to shine. And the more people watched, the more they realized something surprising. The emotional core of many episodes, those warm, funny, heart-touching highlights, often existed because Liu Yuning subtly shaped them. That's when public perception shifted. Suddenly, his quietness wasn't a flaw. It was a signature strength, a style, a superpower. This shift, the recognition, the appreciation, the collective, "Oh, we finally get him," is the moment every great variety show storyteller experiences. Except in Liu Yuning's case, he didn't change for the audience. The audience changed for him. And that brings us to the emotional high point of today's story. There's a reason why so many fans describe his presence with the phrase, the anchor of the show. Someone who keeps everything steady. Someone who thinks a few steps ahead. Someone who sees things others miss. Even fellow cast members say he's the first to notice when someone needs help, whether it's emotional support, a smooth transition, or just a moment to breathe. Imagine being that reliable. Imagine having that much awareness. Imagine being able to help people without ever making them feel like they're being helped. That's Liu Yuning. And maybe that's why viewers feel oddly safe when he's on screen. There's no chaos he can't control, no awkward moment he can't soften, no emotional crack he can't gently seal. In a world where entertainment often feels loud, unpredictable, and overwhelming, he offers something refreshing: steadiness. Before we reach the final moment of the story, there's one more emotional beat worth mentioning: the unexpected source of his strength. Many people assume he perfected these abilities because of training, experience, or coaching. But fans who have followed him for years know the truth is simpler. He learned to be observant because he had to be. He learned to be adaptable because life demanded it. He learned to be empathetic because he understands what it feels like to be unsupported. His strengths weren't crafted for the spotlight. They were crafted for survival. And the spotlight just happened to magnify them. So when you watch Liu Yuning quietly sitting at the edge of the room, speaking only when necessary, smiling softly at his co-stars, offering jokes like gentle taps instead of loud punches, you're not seeing a performer trying to stand out. You're seeing a human being who knows how to make others feel seen. And that is why production teams love him, why co-stars trust him, why the audience stays. As we close this emotional story on Celeb Buzz Insider, one truth becomes clear. Some stars shine because they take the spotlight. Liu Yuning shines because he gives it away. And somehow, in doing so, he becomes the brightest presence in the room.